Texas votes. They can't afford it because they probably can't win without us. So I'm from Texas. So, you know, it's just, I just point out that this is all like, it's like a scare tactic. Our elections are not all about swing states. Our elections are about every single one of us, and every single one of our votes matters. And we choose to combine these democratic elections that we conduct in our states with a federalist process to make sure that the election does not turn into a big focus on urban areas. A majority of the American population, by the way, lives in the 40 largest metropolitan areas. So this is a real danger.
Thank you, Tara. My last question is for Dr. Baker. The question I have is, and this is a big theme actually throughout the book explaining the national popular vote, is that our current system is undemocratic. And one of the things they talk about, although we haven't had a situation like this, is what happens in the case of an electoral tie for president. It goes to the House of Representatives. And isn't that undemocratic? Isn't, first of all, the Electoral College undemocratic, and isn't it undemocratic to send this to the House of Representatives in the case of a tie?
Well, the Electoral College is no more undemocratic than the U.S. Senate is undemocratic. Is the federal judiciary undemocratic? We only have a partially democratic system, and it can change, and it has become more democratic over the years. But the reality is that people may well agree with Dr. Coast that the current system makes no sense. It makes no sense because, as Ted Cruz told us, there have not been enough people out there explaining the ideas. If the American people forget why we have the federalist system we have, we won't have it. Or as Justice Scalia says, we can't save federalism if the people forget about federalism. In Federalist 39, it is explained that we have a compound system, part national, part federal. And it lists the different elements of that. And one of the 5 key elements is the Electoral College, making it a federal system. It's a mixture. We know that the Senate is less federal than it was, direct popular election. Those who are committed simply to the ideology that everything has to be most democratic aren't going to be happy until everything is one democratic mass that the founders rejected. We have to remember that our system creates multiple majorities deliberately. There is a state majority. There are majorities in congressional districts. You know, we don't have to have congressional districts in the states. They could be, you know, otherwise. They could all run statewide.